Look, if you're running a business or you rely on AI tools in any way, that week between late February and early March 2026, that wasn't just another news cycle. It was a complete, fundamental reshaping of the entire landscape. So let's break down exactly what happened in the week that literally redrew the map for every single business using AI. This quote just nails it. It really captures the feeling of that week. It felt like an entire year's worth of seismic shifts got crammed into just a handful of days. The ground was literally moving under our feet, and if you weren't paying close attention, you could get left behind in a hurry. I mean, just look at this timeline. You've got a major open source drop, a political blacklisting that came out of nowhere, a massive commercial power play, and a huge security breach. And it all leads to a completely different AI world. It was like trying to drink from a fire hose, right? So we're going to make sense of it all for you. Okay, let's start at the epicenter of this shockwave, a massive leap forward in what AI can actually do. And this has some really direct implications for what your business can now pull off. This number, this is a total game changer, 1 million tokens. What does that actually mean? It means Anthropic's new model, Claude Opus 4.6, can basically hold an entire novel, or, more importantly for you, your entire codebase, or months of business documents in a single chat. It won't lose track. This isn't just a small step up. It's a fundamental change in what an AI can be for your company. And it's not just about getting bigger. It's about getting smarter. On the benchmarks that really matter for business, Claude 4.6 is just pulling way ahead. It's crushing GPT 5.2 on complex economic stuff. I mean, winning by 144 ELO points is a huge deal. It's also at the top of the charts for coding and general reasoning. So the big takeaway here, Anthropic isn't just a competitor anymore. They are making a very, very serious play to be the main AI for enterprise. And this is where things get really interesting. It represents a huge shift in how we should think about AI and our workflow. Anthropic's developer tool, Claude Code, isn't just a helper you ping for a quick answer anymore. No, with these latest updates, it's designed to be a persistent, always-on member of your dev team. And here's how they're doing it. You can now throw a problem at a whole team of AI agents that actually work together. It has an automatic memory, so it learns your codebase and your personal style from one session to the next. And get this, it can automatically discover and use new skills your team builds. This isn't just a new way to write code, it's a completely new way to build products, way faster and more collaboratively than ever before. Now, while all that was happening, the open source community was not sitting on its hands. The big agent building tool OpenClaw dropped a critical update. It now plays nice with Google's latest model, which gives developers a lot more choice. It also got some important stability upgrades. But honestly, the most crucial update was the security overhaul. We're talking over 100 fixes to harden these tools right when the threats are getting more intense. So the tools are getting exponentially more powerful. But until now, the price of admission to use them has been, well, astronomical. And that brings us to the second massive story of the week. The cost to run all this powerful hardware didn't just drop, it came crashing down, opening up all sorts of new possibilities. I mean, just look at this price collapse. The industry standard Nvidia H100 GPU, its price on the secondary market fell by about 85%. Think about that. A piece of hardware that costs as much as a new car is now in a totally different and much more accessible ballpark. And of course, that hardware price drop translates directly to your bottom line. Cloud rental rates for these GPUs have absolutely cratered by 64%. We're talking going from $8 an hour to under $3, and you can even find them cheaper if you're flexible. This is a massive shift in the economics of running AI. So what this all means is pretty simple. Experiments that were completely off the table for a small business just a year and a half ago are now totally affordable. The financial barrier to entry for powerful AI hasn't just been lowered, it's been completely obliterated. But whenever things get this powerful and this cheap, you just know it's going to get complicated. And that brings us to our next section. Because as AI becomes more central to everything we do, it was bound to become more contested and, frankly, a lot more dangerous. And just like that, the political landscape totally flipped. In a really stark move, the Trump administration blacklisted Anthropic from defense contracts, basically because of their safety-first approach. Not even 24 hours later, OpenAI signs its own deal with the Pentagon. The message could not be clearer. The government is actively picking winners and losers, and those choices are going to send ripples through the entire enterprise market. So this new era of AI is all about these incredible tools that promise to make us so much more productive, right? Tools like Claude, Code are built to make developers and your whole business just exponentially more effective. But there is another side to that coin. That same kind of tool was used by a hacker to steal 195 million taxpayer records. The very things that make it a productivity powerhouse, its ability to understand complex systems and automate workflows, also made it a massive force multiplier for an attacker. This is the new reality for every business out there. The tools that can supercharge your productivity can also create supercharged threats. And look, this Mexico hack wasn't some isolated one-off thing. A report from IBM that came out the same week found a 44% jump in AI-assisted attacks year over year. This is a very clear, very fast-moving trend that every single business needs to take seriously. So all this turbulence, all this chaos, it's pushing businesses to make a really fundamental choice about their AI strategy. On one side, you have independence. Think tools like GenSpark that run on your own machine, giving you full control and insulating you from these platform wars. But on the other side, you've got deep integration. Think Meta or the massive Amazon OpenAI partnership. This gives you incredible power and convenience, but you're locked into their ecosystem. This isn't just a tech decision anymore, it's a strategic one with huge consequences for your data, your costs, and your company's future. Okay, so we've talked about the new tools, the new costs, and the new dangers. What does this all mean for you right now? Let's distill all of this down into a clear, simple action plan. All right, let's break it down into 5 things you should do, like right now. First, test Claude 4.6. Throw your most complex project at it and see what that giant context window can do for you. Second, if you use OpenClaw, update it immediately for those security patches. Third, use those new low-cost GPUs to run the experiments you couldn't afford a year ago. Fourth, you got to pay attention to vendor politics now. Knowing who your AI provider is in business with is just part of due diligence. And finally, double down on security basics. These new attacks are sophisticated, but they often get in through simple weaknesses. This one sentence really just sums it all up, doesn't it? Everything has been turned up to 11. The opportunities are bigger, but so are the risks. The potential rewards are greater, but the cost of getting it wrong is too. The major players have placed their bets. Amazon, OpenAI, Anthropic, the government, their strategies are coming into focus. So the question is, in this brand new, remapped, and volatile landscape, what choices are you going to make for your business?